It's a journey through time. For one weekend, this festival brings together thousands of people nostalgic for an idealised past. Entry is free of charge for those wearing traditional costume. The style is called Hanfu, literally the clothes of China's ethnic majority, the Han. Done away with during the Cultural Revolution, imperial traditions are of growing interest to a new generation.
It has a stand-up collar, it's rounded on the front and has wide sleeves. This dress is typical of the Ming dynasty.
Aged 24, Li Jingfan has 100 other garments just like this. For her, it's about more than just fashion.
I think it's important for the new generation. With China's rising power and the rise in living standards, Chinese people are going to pay more attention to this tradition. I think more and more people are interested in Chinese culture.
It's a national pride that has become a lucrative business. This year, total sales of Hanfu are expected to exceed €1 billion. There are examples for all budgets, including the very top of the range. This fashion house offers unique items like this wedding dress, 5 years of handwork, for €28,000.
It's a floral coat. It needs to have peonies, butterflies, birds and flowers on it. The rules are very strict. They were handed down by our ancestors.
Yang Haijing has also launched this more affordable range with items priced at around €250. Yang says it's a return in force of Chinese craftsmanship.
I feel it's as if we had been crossing the desert so long and were parched with thirst. There is a thirst for culture in China, and Chinese people's confidence in their own culture is coming back.
Beyond Hanfu, the success of Chinese-made products is also felt elsewhere: clothes, electronics and cosmetics. Only a few years ago, the label Made in China would have been a turn-off for Chinese consumers who flock to buy Western luxury brands. Today, even fashionable Shanghai youth are consuming local.
We used to think foreign brands were superior, but Chinese brands are getting better and better these days.
These clothes are Chinese. I bought them on TikTok from a Chinese streetwear designer.
I used to never buy Chinese products, but I started buying Chinese trainers when Nike was being boycotted because of some problem or another.
That problem was a statement by Nike distancing itself from allegations of forced labour in Xinjiang, a statement which resulted in the American brand being boycotted in China. After a similar declaration, H&M disappeared from online shopping sites. It's a boycott the Chinese government approves.
Chinese internet users are free to express themselves. They hold the honour and dignity of their country in high esteem. It's not nationalism, but patriotism.
Shopping has become a political act, and patriotic brands are coveted. After the deadly floods in Henan province this summer, a sportswear brand donated €7 million to the victims. In a few days, the previously obscure brand's products sold out all over the country. In China, most sales are made online via super influencers. The star of these great commercial conclaves is Li Jiaqi. In his live streams, the young millionaire recommends all sorts of products to his tens of millions of fans. His record is €1.5 billion of merchandise sold in just 12 hours. One of the big sellers is cosmetics. It's an industry largely dominated by the big European luxury brands. But Li Jiaqi endorses more and more Chinese-made products. And he has helped send demand soaring. 4 years after its launch, this new makeup brand has already shot to the top of online sales. It now employs around 1,200 people. Li Yun is one of the founders, taking care of the design side. He came up with the brand's signature: sophisticated objects inspired by the country's past.
This porcelain is symbolic of traditional Chinese craftsmanship. It was chosen because porcelain is unstable and very difficult to work with. We wanted to find a way of adapting the technique for mass production.
It's a winning recipe. Turnover last year was in the region of €500 million.
I think it's a mix of the young, popular side blended with traditional culture that has prompted the younger generation to buy our products.
Chinese brands can count on an ever-fervent desire for patriotic consumption. On November 11th last, the day of monster sales in China, demand for Chinese products was twice as great as it was this time last year.